This effect, the text. Frame yourself in camera and then switch your lens to manual focus. Step out of frame and hit record for the desired length. Step back into frame and record yourself on camera. Bring both clips into your video editor with a clip of
In this video, I'll break down exactly what you can do, how to use it, and how it stacks up in the other video competition. Now, when this model stands out head and shoulders above the rest, is with authentic human movement. It has finally dropped its first video model and is creating the most cinematic motion we've seen yet. These clips, all made in Midjourney. After years of waiting, it's here, and it's surprisingly powerful, especially for complex, realistic scenes like these. In this video, I'll break down exactly what it can do, how to use it, and how it stacks up against the other video competition. Now, where this model stands out head and shoulders above the rest is with authentic human movement. Now, often if you watch complex motions like walking, it will be completely obvious this is an AI video. Just look at this man's gait. Now, if you've been using Google Videos recently, you'll know that it is absolutely lousy at performing any type of action. Now, the crispness of videos coming out of the Midjourney video are absolutely stunning. Just look at detailed and subtle motions passing across this woman's face. There's a real sense of emotional connection. Now, Midjourney is showcasing that it's able to handle a whole wide range of different situations. Here is a flying over of a drone shot, and as you can see, this video is only 5 seconds long, but it's possible to extend your videos in Midjourney up to 20 seconds long. Now, I'll make sure to leave links to all of the creators that I featured in this video. This one is from Alex Atrascu, and if you explore the dynamic camera movement here, which creates
I almost ended my Midjourney subscription. But if they're going to give us video generation, I might keep my Midjourney subscription.
sense of difficulty for any AI video model because it has to maintain an understanding of the three-dimensional environment. And it does this with superior accuracy than any model we've seen. This is absolutely astounding. As you can see, these different layers are created of these panes of glass and the characters behind them. Not only do we get these fabulous reflections coming through the glass, but we also get immense immersiveness through moving through the scene. Now, this video model does not include audio like a VO3 does, but what it does do is it creates an unparalleled sense of realism and cinematography. And that is something that Midjourney has always excelled in. Just look at this incredible environment and how little morphing there is going on. Absolutely stunning. Here's an example from the Remy X. And what I love about this is how well the water is rendered out. Just look at the realistic ripples coming from this woman's shoulder. Now this individual frame is showing comparison animating still images from Studio Ghibli in Midjourney and how they compare to the original animations. And as you can see, these are almost indistinguishable from the animations created.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11.
In Studio Ghibli. And this truly paves the way for creating our own fully-fledged films entirely with AI. Now the important thing to notice here is that we don't just have to animate the images from Midjourney, we can also bring our own images into Midjourney and animate them. Now you can explore some of the creations that other Midjourney users have been using in the gallery. Simply go to explore and enter videos. And here we can see some of the most impressive designs now. Just look at how incredibly consistent and cinematic this video is. What was remarkable about Google Veo 3 was combining and audio together. But what's remarkable about Midjourney is the true adherence to realism. Now Midjourney is also handling abstract animations particularly well. Just look at how engaging, delightful, beautiful this abstract animation is. Now one thing that we pay particular attention to is the human eye. This is something that we see every day hundreds of times. And being able to animate this realistically is one of the largest challenges in AI video, because something we know so inherently well. Just look at these realistic flickers of the eye. It's truly mesmerizing. And you can even see these subtle pores and imperfections on this lady's cheek. Not to mention the individual hairs being rendered. Now here we have another action shot, which is demonstrating how powerful this is with complex movement. Now we've got a really dynamic angle here and intense movement. And it's handling all of this incredibly well. I mean, just look at this dancing grandpa. Dancing is, again, one of the hardest challenges for AI video. And this is setting the bar for new standards of AI video quality. Especially if you look here, you just pause the video and just see how well the hands are rendered at every moment. But there's not a single second where we suddenly see 7 fingers. Now, of course, one of the strengths of AI video is creating surreal animations that would not be possible in real life. And here we have a new species, a cross between a pig and a spider. And it's able to create this sci-fi, imaginative piece of work with absolute perfection. Now here we have a piece that's playing on one of the latest trends of creating fruits with glass or other materials. And the feeling of slicing through this gelatinous orange is very visceral and engaging. Just look at the consistency and how well the physics retain the shape of these elements as they're chopped through. And again, here we've got an incredibly difficult and complex shot here, because what we're having here is the camera slightly submerged in water and then coming up above the surface. It's absolutely stunning. Now for me, Midjourney has always been the front runner in aesthetics, and that it has, since the very start of its revolution, held a mantle of having the most tasteful outputs. And I think it's continued that with video. We waited an incredibly long time to get our hands on it, but now it's available for everyone worldwide, and it's incredibly easy to use. Now, to use the video model inside of Midjourney, all you have to do is go to Create. You can start creating your own image, or go back through any image that you previously created. So I will choose to animate this image of a woman. Now, you simply click on the image, go full screen, and then now you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner there are 4 new options. what we have is a low motion, high motion for auto, and then for manual, we also have low motion and high motion. Now, auto, it animates your image based on how Midjourney interprets it should be animated. You do not need to enter a prompt, and it automatically does it based on the context of the scene. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. All you do is click low motion, and it's submitted. Now, high motion gives you a lot more animation in the shot. So you can imagine low motion has more of a slow motion and a soft animated approach, whereas high motion is much more animated and faster. Now, the difference between these modes is that with low motion, you get a much more realistic output. You're more likely to get everything perfectly coherent. However, with high motion, you get much more dynamic scenes, but the coherence of the shot is likely to degrade slightly. Now, next up is the manual mode. And if you click on low motion, you'll be able to write a prompt directing exactly how you want the scene animated. So you can give them precise directions. And I'll say, when she laughs and sticks her tongue out. Now you can simply press the little arrow button and submit that. Now, if you come back to your feed simply by pressing create, you'll be able to see these being generated. Now, they generate fairly quickly, about 1 to 2 minutes at the moment, which is a decent speed across all AI video models, especially considering that you get 4 videos out at a time. And as you can see here, we have 4 absolutely stunning videos of this incredibly lifelike actress being animated. Now, one caveat I have found with Midjourney videos so far is that often your videos will be rejected. It does currently have incredibly stringent safety measures, so if it deems that anything could be even slightly inappropriate, it will reject your submission. So it did reject this one where I asked for high motion, but not this one where I asked for low motion. It has some other examples that I can showcase to you. Now, what I'm particularly impressed with is the animated versions. And here you can see this beautiful stylized animation with this wonderful rain effect coming down and almost a watercolor style. Now, whether we'll still be able to create animated styles inside of Midjourney remains to be seen, especially if they maintain a likeness to any popular figures from Disney, because Disney and Universal have sued Midjourney over images, and these Hollywood giants are alleging a bottomless pit of plagiarism. So if you are generating content with Midjourney, right now I would be very wary of using any popular brands, especially those related to Disney. Interestingly, one reason many people are using Studio Ghibli is because the Japanese government have already ruled that AI training of data sets is viewed as fair use. And so it's very likely that Studio Ghibli will have zero possibility of getting any type of legal support in their pursuits of protecting their copyright. Now, what's great about these is they're being generated in high resolution. This video is coming out at 1936 by 1080p. So that is already a high degree of resolution that you can use to publish across any platform. So I wanted to do, now once you've generated a video, you also have more options. From there, you can continue to extend your video 4 times, giving you up to 20 seconds in length for your AI video. Now, after you've generated a video in the feed, you can simply click Extend Auto or Extend Manual. Again, Extend Manual gives you the option to write a prompt. Now, what's fabulous is also the ability to bring your own images into Midjourney and animate them. So all you have to do that is simply drag them to the prompt bar and put them into starting frame. Then you can go ahead and submit that. And this will create a video using your image and the very first frame. And this is great for experimenting with other tools and integrating Midjourney into your existing AI workflows. Now, an incredibly interesting factor about this is what Midjourney says in their announcement, which is that they believe The inevitable destination of this technology are models capable of real-time open-world simulations. And what's that? Well, basically, imagine an AI system that generates imagery in real time. You can command it to move around in 3D space. The environment and characters also move, and you can interact with everything. Now, we have seen a rudimentary demonstration of this recently in Project Odyssey. And what that allows you to do is explore a three-dimensional world in real live time. However, the resolution of this is incredibly low. What we're going to gradually see is the resolution increase, the latency decrease, and the ability to generate infinite universes using single prompts is just around the corner. So here we have a video of me walking, a little bit too scattered. This one's a little bit more suave, but the ability to use our own photos is a real game changer. Now, some people have complained that you can't generate a video simply from text prompt in Midjourney. And for me, I think that is missing the point about this, that the best way to use AI video models is to start with an image, and that this gives you the most control and precise understanding of what you're going to get out. I certainly think that the best workflow for working with AI video is first to generate an image and then to animate that afterwards. Now, as for Midjourney's pricing, the video feature comes at no extra fee beyond a Midjourney subscription. Now, the basic plan with Midjourney is very generously priced at just $10 a month, and you can use the new video model for just $10. However, video generation is understandably computationally heavy, and each video costs around 8 times more credits than creating a single image. Now, in practice, that means that a 5-second animation uses 8 minutes
That's
of
crazy,
GPU time allocation.
Yo.
So for an image, you use 1 minute of GPU allocation. Now, basic tier users get a limited fast GPU time budget. So essentially what that means is that you get a time-limited amount of using GPUs with your subscription. So essentially, you might just get around a dozen or so videos before hitting the limit. However, if you upgrade to Pro monthly subscription, which is $60 a month, you can get unlimited generations at a slower speed. Now, this is remarkable value to have unlimited 8:9 video for $60 a month. And comparing that to other models is absolutely mind-bogglingly good value, especially for the quality. There is no other plan that is anywhere near as good as this. However, we don't know how long this will precisely last, and Midjourney's CEO noted that they may adjust video pricing as they gauge server load and costs. So how does this rack up against the competition? Well, I've done a little bit of testing and comparing between Google Veo 3, Kling, and Midjourney. Now, each of these, I think, particular strengths and weaknesses. Depending on the situation, I would recommend using different models. Now, of course, Veo 3 has this standout feature being able to generate audio synchronized to the video, which allows you to create incredible lifelike vlogs and content that is ready to use. Midjourney, however, has, I think, the best cinematic, the most realistic movement. And for true-to-life dynamics, I highly recommend Midjourney. Now, for a model that is particularly good at each of these, but not the best, that has a decent pricing model, but is not the cheapest, and offers a whole host of different features, I think Kling is a very good option too. Now, I can show you a comparison between Kling and Midjourney. So here is an image that I animated in Kling. As you can see, we get some pretty good motion here. It's emerging from the ground. Everything looks pretty good. There's a little bit of morphing going on the debris of the face. And if we compare that to Midjourney, I would note two things. Firstly, is we get much more dynamic camera movement. And secondly, there is much reduced morphing. Now, this is something that I've seen
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, and I also hope that you're ready for this enlightening conversation that I have with the one and only Curtis King, producer, artist, music commentator, fellow YouTuber. Curtis dug up some interesting information in regards to Timbaland and his recent forays into AI. Some stuff I wanted to ask him about, how he came across it, his thoughts on it. I do ask him about that stuff, but very shortly after we started our convo, Timbaland ended up putting up a public post about having gotten caught with his, hand in the AI cookie jar, as it were, because obviously it's not a very good look, and there are some questions about, copyright and IP, because the music Timbaland was sharing out into the world, having been made allegedly with Suno AI, was seemingly based off the creative works of. Just wanted to front end this conversation with that extra bit of context. It doesn't really change the validity or the necessity of saying anything that Curtis and I talk about, but before releasing this conversation in its entirety, we felt it necessary to add this extra little bit of context and show that yes, in fact, this whole thing is a very bad look for Timbaland, and there actually could be very negative legal repercussions down the road were it to be shown that AI generative music platforms such as this are essentially being used to launder the plagiarism of other songs and musical ideas. Now, before you hear what you're about to hear and see the comparison that you're about to see, no, and I'm pretty sure we mentioned this in my original video, Timbaland has been on the record publicly saying, hey, even though I'm doing this AI thing and I'm using Suno and I'm sort of like pushing this AI generated music out there, I'm not training it on your music. I know I've, invited all of these independent artists to show me music and, expose me to the music that they're making and so on and so forth, but I'm not ripping off your music. That's heinous and ridiculous and preposterous accusation. I'm Timbaland. I would never do such a thing, yada, 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 yada. So with that claim, with that thing from Timbaland being set in mind, take a look at this video that Curtis pulled together off of some stuff that you dug up. And after I show you this video and the comparisons made in it, we will get into the conversation here, and you can, kind of make sense of what it all means to you from there. All right, here we go.
Seen him on my timeline many a times. He has an extensive catalog. He posts his music all the time. I want you to listen to not only this beat, but I want you to listen for his producer tag. You'll hear it in a second. Listen to this for a second. You heard that? Pay attention to that. This beat is hard. Shout out to K Fresh. This is a beat that says in the title, Timbaland makes a beat with Suno AI. Now, this video was posted some months ago. Listen to this beat for me. You let me know what you hear. Not only are those elements of the sound of the beat that you just heard, in my opinion, but you also hear the man's tag.
Oh, that was producer K Fresh, as Curtis King had said in the video. You guys heard the comparison there. Off the bat, Curtis, how did you come across this, comparison? And then we'll kind of get into the implications of all of it after that.
So the comparison, that specific video was sent to me in a text message from a buddy of mine, Kayla Ellis, a fantastic producer. He's worked with so many folks in this business and whatnot. But he sent this text to me and said, "Did you know about this?" And I listened to it the first time and I said, "Yeah, well, those beats sound very familiar." And he said, "Listen to the first 10 seconds again." I said, "Is that his beat tag that's also in this AI generated production that Timbaland is bobbing his head so aggressively to?" He said, "Exactly." And for a lot of producers, some of their worst fears came true in terms of what they were concerned about when interacting with Timbaland. when he came into this.
When I first started my business, I was so naive. I really had no clue what I was getting myself into.
I discovered Fiverr and found someone who genuinely knows their stuff. All I did was type in social media marketing expert and a list of super talented freelancers came up.
Everything is super transparent. Their deliverables, pricing, even their reviews. Now I get an amazing monthly strategy delivered on time, and it's even helped my business gain followers.
Internet space, especially as someone that is from the traditional music industry, coming to this internet space and saying like, hey, high schoolers, you know, what's going on with you? Anybody know where to find the drugs? It just had too much undercover police energy to it. And then look what happens. Even in that quote that you said, he said, I don't train anything. I don't own the company. Right. He said nothing about Suno. That was the first initial introduction to that video clip, but I had already been privy to a lot of stuff that he was doing. He just kind of scratching my head, a lot of decisions starting with B Club.
Yeah, I mean, even before this whole AI thing, like there's already been pervasive problems in the music industry when it comes to producers that are sort of like at level of success or mainstream artists working with ghostwriters who aren't credited or producers who aren't getting credited and ideas being stolen and laundered and so on and so forth. Again, even before AI giving them the power to sort of do this and make the whole process sort of like easier, like this was already a problem. And this is just going to worsen the whole thing. And to even get more specific about like the comparisons between the two beats here, like yeah, that like sort of effect is in there, but that's fucking note for note the bass line. That's note for note the bass. It sounds like it's in a different. It sounds like it's like brought down a little bit, like maybe a semitone or 2 or 3. But that's the bass line. That is literally the bass line.
But you know the time period we're living in, where if someone has more clout or more fame, instantly they'll say, well, let's check out the dates. If the dates don't add up, for instance, they'll say K-Fresh posted that beat a few weeks ago. And then Timbaland had that video, I guess, reposted on some other page. I don't know if that's his page. He also had on his TikTok months ago. What people are missing is that this producer has, K-Fresh has reposted this multiple times, like people do with content when they're promoting music. And he's done that many times over the last, couple of years. And so when this pops up, it doesn't surprise anybody, but the sounds weren't enough. Tag, especially when you bring into the conversation Suno, who I'm sure we'll get to that point where we'll talk about, they have their own terms whenever you're trying to basically upload audio, and then they have this extended feature that allows them to add other elements to a production or a piece of production. They have specific terms that say you need permission to do these things.
Yeah, that you'll be held like legally liable in some form or fashion. Like, is there? Will a show on screen? Hold on a second. Right now, as I can grab it, this sort of like here we go. This sort of like preamble here that I presume you grabbed from the Suno website.
Yeah, this was someone who uses their website on a regular. They sent me this and they said, I thought you would find this interesting. So this is their actual terms. If you use that premium feature, which is to upload a piece of audio, and I think it limits you off or caps off at about 20 seconds, where they'll take from the original audio and then, kind of go do what it does to enhance or add its other instruments to it, but it lets you take directly from the audio, but you have to have permission to do this. And he didn't have, the thing is, what people can't miss is that he's not only taking from the elements of the original production from K-Fresh, B-Tag, but also there's a rapper on there who did a TikTok duet, C-Red. From my understanding, she never gave permission for this TikTok to get uploaded. So
the sort of bit of text there that I just
everybody in the city getting that, right? Yeah. I mean, why do we get that? I ain't doing I ain't actually for answer. I'm actually your question. I answer. Yes. I keep seeing your mother and ask for more diamonds, more shit around you, right? So where you getting the money from? I'm doing shows. What kind of show? You on rap? You on sing? Yes, I do. When the last time I ain't heard you want to go on rap from you, or you singing about nothing? And you know why I'm not getting back? Because I'm from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. I ain't from New York. What am I? That's all right here. That look like street money to me. Money, where you get the money from, man? Doing shows. Okay.
Okay, so you telling me that you're gonna get waves just like that guy up there on the top right, top left? I don't believe you. Mainly because I feel like your hair's not trained. You feel me? If you want waves to look just like that, perfect connections and everything, your hair gotta be trained. First things first, you're gonna wet the hair. Of course, you gotta do a wash and style. If you wanna come from a flow of waves, wash and style. You feel me? Get you a shampoo bar or a liquid shampoo. I recommend a shampoo bar because the lad is always gonna look extravagant. You gotta listen to you feel me? Get you a detangler shower brush. Hey, I like the confidence you. So he already had waves. The lad looks extravagant. Noodles looking noodleicious. You feel me? He cheating or something because they look like he didn't know what he was doing. So, I mean, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. I mean, I was right. The way is not gonna look. The connection is in there. Nah, he already had waves. See, if he already had waves, of course it's gonna come back like that. I mean, you feel me? Glad looking, delicious. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's lay the hair down. Let me just see the results, man. Lay the hair down as best as possible. Okay, put the wave cap on. Nah, see, you definitely ain't gonna get no waves on the wave cap. You need a do rag. Put the do rag on. That's what's gonna help you keep the hair laid. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna get some wave. I told you. You feel me? If you listen to me, you feel me? Your wave's gonna look nice. You feel me? Let me see. Did you rinse the hair? You forgot to tell them to rinse out the hair. Okay? But yeah, let's see the unrag real quick. I never doubted my point. I ain't doubt him not once. I mean, if his hair was straight, of course he was gonna get waves. You feel me? Just look nice.
Too many.
Greatest. I'm sorry, I keep staring at you. Do I know you?
How long you been together?
6 years. Holy shit. I don't see a ring. No ring. Look, an idiot, right? Oh my fucking goodness! Are you fucking kidding me? This is unbelievable. You still haven't proposed? That was 3 years ago, so we're 9 years in now. And this is funny to you? What in the fuck reason could you possibly have? You know what? I clearly did not shame him enough by yelling at him. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have him come on stage, and I want to give him the opportunity to tell you guys why he hasn't posted. If his reason sucks, y'all boo the fuck out of this man. Boo the fuck out of this man. Yeah, no, you got no choice. Come up. Actually, hold on, wait. So a lot of times I'll say a woman in the front row is beautiful. Sometimes I'll be lying. This is actually a very beautiful girl, but you can't see the front. Would you mind also coming on this stage? Oh, all right, beautiful. Okay. Give me your name, dumbass. Phil. All right. Phil. Fucking idiot Phil. Okay. And then, what's your name, Miss? Melissa. Okay. Melissa's a beautiful girl. You see this, right? So, Phil, you tell Melissa and this audience the one possible fucking reason you could have to not propose. Okay? And if it's not good, they're going to boo in support of you. Okay? No. Whoa. Now, okay, hold on. I want you to listen to his reason, and if it sucks, then you boo. Fair? We got to hear him out, and that way he knows it's a retard. Okay, go ahead.
All right, yeah, give me 30 seconds. It's really not something I need to explain to you guys. I need to explain it to Melissa. And, you know, I loved you since the day I met you. It took me 9 years to become the man you deserve. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life for you 9 years. Surprise.
Stop using ChatGPT for prompts.
Use it for systems to automate half of your life.
Let's be real. Most people over 4.
20 yards.
Yeah, you want to touch your challenge for money?
Oh, no, fair, not fair.
You sure? Hey, my brother. PC, I'll buy whatever you buy right now if you want to do this.
You know what? No, let me go. No, I can give you my number though, so you can do it another time.
You can't do it right now? Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to do it? All right, bet.
Go ahead.
All right, bet. All right, bet. What you getting?
I'm getting, this is the only way I'm trying to finance, but that little laptop right there.
It's a laptop? This one right here?
Yeah, this one I'm trying to get. You don't even know this live, bro.
Bro, you picked up the highest one. All God do is get this. All God do is get this. All right. He gets a $2,000 laptop if he needs to hot chip and last for 5 minutes. Let's go. Timer starts when you swallow. Okay, 5 minutes from now, let's go.
What chocolate you try? I'll take chocolate, bro. I give it to you.
Nah, the 5 minutes. Come on, Alienware PC, bro. He's taking it too good, bro. He's taking it well, y'all. You got around like 3 minutes, bro.
Bro, you gave him the light one, man.
That's the, what do you mean a light one? It's the regular one. Bro, he just got a free PC. That easy, bro. All right, bro, 1 more minute, bro. You got 1 more minute. He did this shit easily, bro.
That's what it is at the time.
Easy, bro. All right. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's get your PC, bro.
All right, so do you want to do it for shipping or?
You got 3 things? Yeah. He just finessed the fuck out of me. He just finessed. Yeah. You want to touch your challenge for money? You sure? Hey, my brother. Peace.
Hey, Dave. By the way, for the white people in here, yo, what up, guys? Police. Are you here for us?
Never seen a stem extractor be able to act. Vocals and background.
This showed. I like how direct.
Google Workspace can help keep your documents and emails safe. Built on top of Google's secure and reliable infrastructure, AI defenses help protect against threats like phishing and viruses. That's data security made easy with Google Workspace.
I
The
might not be able to
2.5
even-
flashlight was
Can't even
released
see what I'm
this
doing.
week, and it is insanely fast. And just to show you, it is so fast and so good at coding, Google built a real-time UI. This is a UI that, as you click on it, builds itself. So it looks like an old school operating system. You can click into notes. This is all being generated in real time as you click on it. So nothing is pre-rendered, nothing is pre-coded. So here's the notepad, you click save, it saves it, go back to the desktop might actually look different. And every time you click into a new folder, click back, and click into it again, it might be completely different. Obviously that's not gonna work in the real world, but as a proof of concept, it is really cool. So here they click into documents, then they go back, click into travel, all of the mapping, the buttons, everything created in absolute real time. Then clicks back into travel and everything looks different. And this is operating at 461 tokens per second. And by the way, if you're not already subscribed to our newsletter, check it out, forwardfuture.ai. Next, Meta and Oakley are working together for their next set of AI-powered glasses. Now, you've probably seen the Meta AI Ray-Bans. I have them. I love them. I actually don't use the AI feature that much, but the glasses themselves, the camera functionality, the video taking functionality, it's all great. And now Oakley is partnering with Meta. Let's take a look at these glasses. So Oakley styling, but they have the two cameras like normal. They probably have all of the same tech as the Meta Ray-Bans. I think they look really good. Much more of a sporty look versus the Meta Ray-Bans, which are more of a classic look. And yeah, of course, like always, you can ask questions to it. You can ask questions about your surroundings, listen to music, take calls. That's actually something that I do with them, is take calls on them, listen to music, so I don't have to take my phone out of my pocket. And yeah, very much targeted towards athletes. So what do you think? Are you gonna get these? Let me know. All right, next, Midjourney finally releases a video model, but it's kind of weird. You have to generate an image first and then click this animate button on the image. So I was really confused for a while about how to actually use the video model, because with Veo and basically every other video model, you essentially just type in a prompt. But with Midjourney's video model, you have to actually type in a prompt, generate an image, and then click the animate button. But that aside, it looks pretty darn good. Here's a spaceship. Here's kind of a creepy looking dude looking at a house in the water. The water physics look really good. That's cool. This is like a fantasy. Here's a kid with angel wings, hyper realistic astronaut sniffing flowers. This is kind of like a Final Fantasy-esque cutscene. And so yeah, I think it's really good quality. I'm going to continue to test it out. If you want to see a full video of me testing it, let me know in the comments. But there are a lot of good video models out right now. Hun Yun, I think it's pronounced, is another one. Gen 3, obviously. There's just a lot of really great models. And I'm going to be making a tutorial video about how to load up either Wan 2.1 or Hun Yun Video by Tencent. Both of them are found right here in the video leaderboards by Artificial Analysis. They both perform very well, and they're both open source, and I want to show you how to use them. So $10 a month by Midjourney. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And next, Krea 1 is available. This is a text-to-image model in collaboration with Black Forest Labs. So they specifically built this image model to avoid the AI look, which is a noble cause. We'll see if it actually works. And you can test it for free right now. Go check it out. That's Krea.ai. And more generative art models. Now we have a new update from Higgsfield AI. This is Higgsfield Canvas, a state-of-the-art image editing model. Paint products directly on your image with pixel perfect control. So as you can see, these are actually videos, and simply by highlighting something, you can paint on anything you want. This is really great. This will probably be used for marketing most of all, or maybe trying on clothes, but it looks really cool. So Higgsfield Canvas lets you place products with insane precision. Upload your pic, choose the area, size it to your liking, and you're done. It used to take hours, now it takes seconds and one click in Higgsfield. So here's an example. Upload, kind of highlighting this section, select another image and say, put that there. Girl shows bottle. Okay. Boom. And there it is. The hands look good. She looks exactly the same as she did pre-edit. Add products, swap clothes, apply fixes, even change faces. Just pick the exact spot and drop your edit. So here's another example. Boom. 2 cheeseburgers. Now, yeah, those cheeseburgers did not look real. Here's another one. Explore the combo. Canvas, speak, plus camera movements. And I guess that's how it goes from editing the image to actually having kind of a video. So check it out, Higgsfield.ai. And next, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Chatbase. They've been a great partner. Check them out. Chatbase is a powerful no-code platform that allows you to build customer support agents easily. Deliver fast, accurate, personalized support for your business to your customers using AI-powered agents trained on your own data. Chatbase is specifically designed to scale. So if you are a large company, an enterprise organization looking to scale up your customer service, this is a great tool. You need to check it out. These AI agents can resolve customer issues 24 hours a day without the need for human intervention on every ticket. They leverage all of the leading AI models to do this. So whether you're putting these agents on your website or other digital channels, it is seamless across all of them. And with a Stripe integration, these agents can even access real-time billing information. So your customers can view billing status, download receipts, and check subscription details right from the chat window. So whether you're a startup or a large enterprise, check out Chatbase. It's awesome. The team behind it is awesome. And I'll drop the link down in the description below. Thanks again to Chatbase, and now back to the video. Next, in Meta's insane hiring spree, they have gone after seemingly everybody. So they just spent $14 billion on Scale AI, really, to hire Alexander Wang, the CEO, and bring him on as the head of their super intelligence division. And now it is rumored that they tried to hire Ilya Sutskever, And by hire, I mean spend billions of dollars to buy his company, Safe Superintelligence. However, when Ilya rebuffed Meta's offer, they went after his co-founders instead. Listen to this. According to the information, Meta is in talks to hire AI investors Nat Friedman and Daniel Gross partially buy out their venture fund. So they had this separate venture fund, but they're also part of Safe Superintelligence. And Daniel Gross is a co-founder of Safe Superintelligence. So we'll see if this actually happens. This would be absolutely brutal. Meta is in discussions about partially buying out Friedman and Gross's venture capital fund, NFDC, which holds stakes in top AI startups and is worth billions of dollars on paper, the person said. If the talks are successful, Gross would leave Safe Superintelligence, which he co-founded with former OpenAI chief scientist Ilya Sutskever last year. And this news comes right on the heels of Sam Altman saying that
Meta thinks of us as their biggest competitor. They started making these like giant offers to
actors. We have the power to convince the world we know what we're doing. When in fact, we do not. I can make you believe I'm a detective without ever stepping foot in an actual crime scene. These symbols probably symbolize something.
What the fuck?
Astronaut? No. Houston, I'm observing some debris coming from Uranus.
What? Wait a
I'll
minute.
show you. Small business owner. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. But GoDaddy Arrow does, using AI to build a logo, website, and social content. So I can start Walton Goggins goggle glasses. Because if your goggles ain't Goggins, they don't belong on your noggins. With GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing.
a lot of people on our team. Like $100 million signing bonuses.
These numbers are insane. Just goes to show you, top AI research talent is everything right now. It seems we were in the world of infrastructure build out and throwing as much money as you could behind that. And of course, that's still important, but now it's all about the talent. And from Meta's hiring spree, now let's move on to OpenAI. OpenAI and Microsoft's relationship has been on shaky ground for a little while now. We're starting to get some leaks of information about exactly what that looks like right now. And again, according to the information, OpenAI seeks new financial concessions from Microsoft. And if you didn't already know, Microsoft owns 49% of OpenAI, and they probably want to get some of that equity back as they continue to try to grow out into one of the world's most valuable companies. But they are hamstrung by the fact that they are a nonprofit and they have this weird, complex corporate entity structure. It's just awkward. So they're trying to do everything they can to build it out. But just a few months ago, they said, okay, we're not going to actually try to convert to a for-profit. I think they just got too much flack and the legal hurdles were too high. So now they're trying to, again, just play games with the corporate structure. And that only goes so far. I was told early and often, the only thing in Silicon Valley you should not be innovating in is corporate structure. And this is all within the context of negotiations between OpenAI and Microsoft to try to restructure OpenAI to be much more of a traditional corporate structure for profit. And let's read a little bit. Negotiations between Microsoft and OpenAI over the startup's plan to restructure its for-profit unit. So remember, the for-profit is owned by the nonprofit, which requires Microsoft's approval, have entered their 8th month with no end in sight and new conflicts emerging. Microsoft has no reason to give any concessions during these negotiations. They already own 49% of it. They are already investing in all of OpenAI's competitors, and they probably see OpenAI as their ultimate competitor in the long run. OpenAI is investing in everything: hardware, models, applications, consumer applications, enterprise. They just bought Windsurf. Sam Altman's ambitions are enormous, and Satya Nadella is probably looking at them and saying, well, why would I give you anything? You are just going to come and try to defeat me in the future. So OpenAI wants Microsoft, the startup's biggest outside stakeholder, to have a roughly 33% stake in the reshaped unit in exchange for foregoing its rights to future profits. How does that make sense? So unless they are going to use some legal jujitsu, I don't really understand why Microsoft would give up ownership stake and give up future profits. What is the benefit to Microsoft? OpenAI also wants to modify existing clauses in its contract with Microsoft that give the software firm exclusive rights to host OpenAI models in the cloud. And it wants to exempt a planned $3 billion stock acquisition of AI coding startup Windsurf from the existing contract between the parties that grants Microsoft access to OpenAI intellectual property. Yeah, so OpenAI wants everything, and I don't see any concessions from them. So Sam Altman and team are really trying everything they can to fix the problem they started all the way back in like 2013, 2014, when they decided to start a nonprofit, take a bunch of untaxed donations, and use that to fund their research for years. In my opinion, doing all this fancy legal maneuvering to try to become a more traditional for-profit company, it just seems a little shady to me. But at the same time, OpenAI is truly one of the most important companies and research labs on them.
With Google Workspace, Drive lets you easily search your files, making videos, PDFs, and over 100 other file types accessible from wherever you are. That's secure storage made easy with Google Workspace.
I love building my brand, but my daily to-do list is a nightmare.
Fiverr is my secret weapon for getting things done fast. In just a few clicks, I can easily outsource tasks to the best freelancers around the world. From video editors and designers to social media managers, you name it.
It's perfect for online businesses or content creators to grow their brand while still having the freedom of time.
Now I can just focus on doing the tasks I love and living my best life.
Join Fiverr now to delegate any task you need.
And I know we talked about Google 2.5 Flashlight, and of course, Pliny the Liberator has jailbroken it. He is ruthless, relentless. Please, Pliny, give him a break. So we have Gemini 2.5 Flashlight preview liberated. Newest fast model out of DeepMind is quite solid for the speed, has thinking too, which somewhat surprisingly seems to be advantageous for jailbreaking when turned on. And we got the good old recipe, as well as how to make a bioweapon to destroy humanity, malware for exfiltration, and WAP lyrics. This is the nature of non-deterministic systems. Jailbreaking, I suspect, will be here forever, as long as humans can be jailbroken, also known as social engineering. And because we're building these models to behave and to kind of look a lot like how humans think and operate, of course they're going to be susceptible to some of the same flaws that humans have. Next, BrowserBase launched a new product with a really cool launch video. So BrowserBase, if you're not familiar, is an API to give your agents control of browsers. It allows you to browse the web with AI. And they now announced Director, which doesn't require any code. So you go to director.ai, you can type in anything you want, and it will just go do it. It's just like Operator or Runner H and the other browser use agents. So let's check it out. A really cool animation. So it is thinking. We cannot see the thinking, unfortunately, but we can see the code when it's written. We have the browser right here. I'll help you find a dog leash on Amazon. Let's start by navigating to Amazon. So it goes to Amazon. You have the browser right here. It's writing code, and I think what is stagehand, but you can see it right here. It's actually going step by step, writing code for each of them, clicking on the thing that it needs to. Here we go. It's searching dog leash right now. And if we come over to the code tab, we can see all of the code being written. So if you want to reuse this, that's how you do it. It's very easy. And yeah, here we go. Import stagehand.
And as I said, they had a really cool launch video. Obviously, this looks a lot like Severance. We can see Theo right there on these old school Macs. And yeah, this is supposed to resemble Severance. So very cool launch video. So congrats to Browserbase on their launch. Go check it out. And last, OpenAI is now working closely with the US government. They just closed a big contract with them. So introducing OpenAI for government. This is a new initiative focused on bringing our most advanced AI tools to public servants across the United States. We're supporting the US government's efforts in adopting best-in-class technology and deploying these tools in service of the public good. And all of their previous collaborations with the Air Force Research Laboratory, NASA, NIH, and the Treasury will all be brought under the OpenAI for government umbrella. This contract is a $200 million ceiling contract, so a big deal. And obviously OpenAI has some negative sentiments around them right now, but I guess we'll just see. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Doing a little braids, getting a little braids in there, you know. Only want to come back up here for maybe an hour or so. Cause it's really hot up here. I got the AC and the fan on, and it's not doing much.
Yeah, like you said, my name's Timmy No Brakes, and you might wanna buckle the fuck up. Get this, I was at the nut store, I was buying nuts, I go up to the fucking waiter thing, the woman's like, that's gonna be $100. I was like, bitch, I got fucking bills to pay. You guys ever heard of a fucking punchline? What the? Alright, don't worry. You're gonna love this one. Get this. I was at the doctor. Yeah, the fucking doctor. I go up to this doctor. He's like, Timmy No Brakes, you have cancer. You need treatment. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a healthy guy. I'm a young boy. He's like, you need treatment? I'm like, how much is that gonna cost? He's like, $100. I was like, bitch, that's a good deal. What's up? This is great ain't shit. This is good shit. What the fuck?
Timmy No Brakes, everybody. Wow.
What the?
Timmy. Hi, Timmy. Did you just watch Dice once?
Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that.
What do you really like? How long you been doing stand-up?
Too long. 2 months.
2 months, all right.
That's right, good.
Where are you from?
Jersey.
Jersey, all right. Oh, wow, okay, Timmy. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, this is good.
So, Timmy, you've been doing stand-up for 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How old are you, Timmy?
That's rude. That's fucking. How old are you?
How old are you, Timmy?
I'm 24.
Really?
God, that's fucking. How old are you?
How old are you, Timmy?
24 years old.
Really?
Yes. This is fucking. Guys, come on. I'm a guest here. What the fuck? I'm 36.
There it is. There it is. Timmy, what have you been doing your whole life up until this point?
I worked for my father for a long time. He was a fishing man. And so I worked for him, and then, got caught up in some shit.
Like what?
I did some time. It was coke. I was a coke guy. I did some coke shit, and then, you know, got out, and I found stand-up, and you know, never looked back. So,
How long?
right, it's my life. Yeah.
How long were you in jail for?
I was 2 months.
2 months. Everything's 2 months with you.
No, not everything is 2 months. It's also $100.
2 months and $100.
Holy shit! It's a fucking black Kool-Aid man. Boom, roasted. Got your ass, bitch.
Wow, Timmy, no
Got
breaks.
your ass, bitch.
Timmy, no breaks. Again, just fully committed to this character. Timmy, what do you do for fun in real life now? Are you still on coke?
You can't put out no, you know, it's what's up?
Yes. Yes, you are. Do you live in Austin now?
Yeah, I moved here.
How long have you lived here? 2 months. Timmy, no breaks.
True story.
Timmy, no breaks. Getting the lights to change in the room. Timmy, how do you make money?
I sell weed.
You sell coke.
No, I sell weed now. I'm straight. I'm straight. What? Fucking Dr. Evil, goddamn. Boom, roasted. This bitch. What are you drinking? Fucking gay shit? Goddamn.
Boom. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Oh.
I'll take that golden ticket, bitch.
Oh my God.
I'll take that golden ticket, bitch.
Timmy, you're not even getting a big joke book, Timmy.
That's fine. I don't write.
We know, Timmy. We saw your act. Don't you know what a punchline is? One of your famous lines. Timmy, tell us something about you other than the fact that you did cocaine. Just give us one more little tidbit about you.
Yeah, I mean, I love my mother.
Yeah.
I love that bitch. It's not that interesting, but it's true. Yeah, sorry.
Is she proud of you?
She's not.
Is she?
But she passed away. She passed away 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It was it was hard. And
did you bury her or did she get boom roasted?
No, we burned her. You know, she was in a kiln or whatever. You know what I mean? And
how did she die? Embarrassment?
That's my fucking mother you're talking about, gay guy. This guy's gay.
Timmy, you're a funny guy, dude. You're a funny guy, Timmy. I like your style. Normally, I hate anything that sounds at all like Andrew Dice Clay, who was literally doing your act 45 years ago, but I look at All right, Timmy. If I had to give your interview and set a grade on a report card, I would give it a A. Oh! There he goes, Timmy No Breaks. Wow, he immediately gives it to a fan. Gives it right to an audience member. Unbelievable. A man of the people. A man of the people. Timmy No Breaks. Wow, what an amazing force of nature. Timmy, oh, the guy gave it back. Very good, sir.
Timmy No Breaks.
When I can't sleep, I hit the studio and grab a brush. With an hour. Dopamine flood, activate my superpowers. I'm blowing sour, rolling weed up, got a mean buzz. Creation such a deep rush, keeps me painted with a deep touch. Feel it in your soul, that's a deep cut. We must be the inspiration for the next generation. Seize each occasion, teach the nation. Feed the wisdom to the children of the village that will raise and foster their imagination. Foster acceleration, circumvent incarceration of the body and the mind. Change your hustle, not your grind. Cause there might come a time when you have to push past the gatekeepers and all the haters. I believe my way in and destined for greatness. My concept's amazing. My style go too crazy. It's on the throne and on my way, and I had to push past the gate.
That nigga making videos now. Watch out there, boy. Watch out now. Like the TV, hey. And then Midjourney just gave us the ability to make videos with AI now. Oh, it's gonna be fucking fantastic, bro.
Hauling sledge. Back to the bucket we go.
No, that wasn't AI. That was me sitting here. Bro, I said I was trying to do something like early this morning when I started. That's the first thing I did when I came in the studio. I was like, let me see if I can. Because me and my buddy, we had this long conversation. Well, not a long conversation, but a little back and forth about creatives having to be content creators as well. So you can't just be a musician or an artist, a painter, or whatever. Like, you have to make content to go with whatever else you're making. And it's like, they force us to do that now. If you want to get noticed or seen or whatever, it's just like, you got to do some other shit to catch people's attention beyond just your craft. Okay, you make pottery. I don't just want to see your pottery. I want to see you dance. I want to see you cut backflips over your pottery. You know, I want to see you smash some of it and then glue it back together. It's like, what the fuck, bro? It's all about having a spectacle or, you know, extra content with whatever your original content is. It's, I don't know. So I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, some people, some artists do the canvas reveal where they're standing with their back to the canvas, to the camera, then they slowly turn around and show you their painting. And it's like, why the fuck are you doing that? Just show me the fucking painting. I don't need to see the back of your pants or whatever before you show me. Just show me the fucking. But no, people like shit like canvas reveals and the slow turnaround shit. And it's just like, oh my god. And so me and my buddy were like, do we have to start doing shit like this now? Bro, for that little 1 minute fucking clip, well, you know, it took me all afternoon to try to figure that shit out, how to get the audio in sync and all that shit. Like, yeah, that shit is too much, bro. Next time I'm gonna just find somebody on Fiverr. Okay, here's some footage I recorded. Here's the song, the audio track. You know, make that shit into something, bro. So I gotta take half the afternoon and do this shit my damn self, man. I'm such a lazy painter. I don't like doing anything but painting. And in some parts of the painting, I wish I had an assistant so I could just make them do that shit. Here, this is very tedious. You should learn. Do this part. And don't fuck it up. I'll be back in an hour or so. See, I think like next summer, AI will do that. Just here's some video, here's a song, lip sync all of this, and put it together into a nice little fucking TikTok reel or some shit. You know? And they just do it all for you. Yeah, as soon as I back up, like you can't even see shit I'm doing. Alright, it's starting to look like some braids. It's starting to look like we got some braiding going on in there. It's almost 5, and I want to go play video games. So I might try to get to the end of this section of braids here, and then we might call it for this afternoon. I say we did a few hours this morning. And this weekend we're just working on hair. We got the jacket done. That was one of the bulkiest parts of this piece. Is this jacket, so that's done. And not saying I want to slow roll it from here on out, but definitely feel I'm at a good enough spot where this can definitely be finished in the next couple weeks. So I don't feel like I need to rush. And plus I don't have any other engagements coming up, so I'm not going on any trips or going out of town or gonna miss days away from the studio. I really wish I had some more time off, but damn. Do me another staycation. I could definitely go for another staycation right about now. Sit my black ass at home for a week. What do you be doing in the house all day? Minding my fucking business. I mind the business that pay me. Well, you don't ever want to go like to the beach or go hiking? Nope, I don't. Nope, I don't. I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm okay with it. Fucking hermit. Hermit crab in the shell. Let me stay in my shell, bitch. Y'all keep trying to pull me out of this motherfucker, and I don't like it. Oh, it definitely is, bro. I just made some. I literally just generated a few images. Like I said, Midjourney. I think that was yesterday or the day before. I seen a clip yesterday saying, "Oh, Midjourney has videos now," and I already have a paid subscription to Midjourney. But I didn't even check it out. And then in this stream right here, I just listened to one guy try to break down some of the new features of the video generation. So I just hopped on there real quick and just made like a couple of videos off of some of my old footage. I mean, my old images. And yeah, it's fucking legit. No, because that's dry. That's why. I'm like, why is that gray popping out so bright right now? And it's because I never. How far? I'll come back in black some more of this area in later, but I do just want to wet. Well, oh wow. So that's gonna actually come from there. I want to get this area down here saturated with black again. And I may need to splash a little more black on the canvas. That was my last brush stroke right there. Let me see if I can get a little more. Midjourney is $100 a year. That's justifiable, bro. Right, $10 a month. Well, also you would need to, use it consistently, and I don't. I mean, I don't use it as much as I feel I should, but I did, generate images, which led to some paintings that I still want to continue with that series. I kind of fell back from that ancient alien lost world giant thing for a minute. But, I got some images from that, and that idea is still there, and that series is well underway, thanks to AI-generated images via Midjourney. So if I sell one of those paintings for $500 or $600, that paid for my Midjourney subscription for 5 or 6 years. Yeah, but Midjourney is only $100 a year. 89 or 90 something. It's not even like 100. It's like in the 90s. They just rounded out to 100. So I have that, and I do have a paid subscription to Suno because we make the music so much, and that's the same thing. Suno is like $100 a year. I think most streaming services cost more than that. If you got Hulu and Disney Plus and Netflix, like, you're gonna pay way more than $100 a year for that shit. But once again, like, it would be definitely better if you utilized it, a couple times a week or something like that to really justify. Oh, I have a paid subscription. So I purposely, if I go a couple of weeks without using it, I'll purposely go on there and just generate some random shit. Oh, you know what? I actually did use it to generate images for my album covers for these songs I've been putting out. So there's 3 album covers that I created using Midjourney. No photographer, models, or staging, or cameras, or nothing needed. Just a couple of words on the computer. Hey, give me this image and this image. Oh, even more than just the album covers. I think some of the thumbnails that I was using previously, even on the Suno app, you can change the thumbnail image. And yeah, I use Midjourney to generate images for those. Even though Suno has its own image generator, some of them are very generic and like plastic looking, like not really great. So I try to use it so I don't feel like I'm just, spending money for no reason. But yeah, if you're not gonna use it like at least a couple times a month, like I say, to justify that subscription, it's probably best just to try to find like some of the free services are getting better. Like Meta, you can use the Facebook app to make images now, and they're pretty fucking good. If you have the Chat GPT app on your phone, you can make images via that, and they're pretty good. And you can make like 3 free images a day, 3 or 4 of them a day, or something like that. But I got Mid-Journey because early on, like a lot of content creators, like this is the best one. This is the best one. And for over a year, it still doesn't really have a big competitor out there. I mean, everybody can do it now, but Mid-Journey is like, grandfathered in. Like it works. It just works, and it works pretty damn good. Okay, so this braid actually disappears behind this braid here. About here goes, or does, or no, it kind of shifts. It shifts a little bit. That's gonna shift into like a blue phase. I'll be damned. Yeah. You're not wrong about the credit aspect of it, but at the same time, the pay, even the low tier, I just have the lowest tier subscription. The credits are pretty generous. And honestly, bro, somebody as creative as you figure that shit out in your first month. So yeah, your first month, are you gonna blow through your credits and the first, so a month is 4 weeks, so the first 2 weeks you'll blow through a bunch of credits and get a bunch of crap, and then the last 2 weeks of the month you'll be like, oh, I got it, I understand now the prompt structure and how to word a prompt. And then now what people are doing, bro, they're using Chat GPT to build their prompts. So some people because in order to get an image, you have to really describe it very well so the computer knows what it's trying to make for you. But if you go to ChatGPT or some other chatbot and say, hey, I want to see an image of XYZ, make me a prompt for Midjourney, and then it'll build you a pretty robust, like in-depth prompt that you can just copy and paste into that shit. And it's like, fuck, dude, that shit wasn't. They didn't have that the first time I started making images. It's really simple. It's definitely a learning curve. You're not wrong about that, because once again, your an image is worth 1,000 words. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And so for you to really like get down into the very like minute details of what you're trying to see is a little daunting sometimes. But then also you'll give it a prompt and it's not exactly what you want, but it's an inspiration. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. I wasn't exactly looking for that, but that's nice, you know. And it can surprise you sometimes on what it makes. All right. So next time we'll saturate this area with some black and try to get these next 1, 2. There's 3 braids in this section here. So in the morning we'll start here, try to get 3 braids here, and maybe start going out to the box segments. I don't know if we'll get all of this done tomorrow, but we're on a good track. So we're gonna have this hair done in like the next couple of days at least. You know, maybe by Monday afternoon we can get it all done, and then for the rest of the week we'll. Still the glasses. Why I keep forgetting about that? So we'll do the hair, do the glasses, and then we'll go back and start touching up with our final layer of details. I say not next weekend coming, but we'll be close. I say maybe another 2 weeks, and this gonna be a wrap. Appreciate it, bro. Keywords, bro. Sometimes like one word will change the fucking prompt for you. Just one word sometimes can change the whole fucking prompt. Yeah, like the images don't even come up any. Well, that's an image, but they're putting the fucking videos at the front of this shit now. Oh no, that's a video too. Damn. Yeah, some of these videos are crazy looking. So So this is the cover art that I use for Rise and Grind. So I made this image and I used it for the thumbnail on Suno for Rise and Grind, and then now it just takes it and makes the shit into a fucking video. Yeah, this is really impressive. The light on his hair, like. And then I think they're a few seconds, what, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, or 5 seconds? But you can extend it up to 20 seconds. Nah, nigga, this is the wave right here, bro. You're gonna be making fucking full-length movies in no time. So they said with the video generation, you can probably do about 12 to 15 in a month with the low tier subscription. So I was like, let me stop now because I was just adding this effect to some older images that I already made. But now I definitely want to try to prompt something that has a lot of action in it and then turn that into a video and see what we get. The camera pan though, like, yo, that is the light shining through the ear skin, how the ears glow a little bit. That's wild. I ain't never see that the first time. Look how the ears glow when the light starts. Yo, hey man, $100 a year, bro. And they gave us video generation now, so that's that's a pretty good deal, man. Yeah, those are based on my stills. Hold on. Let me pull up. I'm gonna put myself on my phone so I can make sure I see what I'm doing. Yeah, so all of these are based on my stills. Let's go back. Yeah, that's the picture right there. That's all it was, just that image. Nothing more to it. And then, like you see now, there's a new animate button here that says animate. So I did that one. I did one of these horned wolf horses. It didn't come out too great. I think that's a lot of motion that goes on with riding an animal like that. So here's the still life from the one guy walking with the armor, or the image. And this is all it was, just this guy. And then they made him walk towards like the crowd of people in the back and do kind of hand gestures. I was thinking about doing one of these space shuttles, animate one of these Jones going across the icy tundra. And what's the other one I did? I I want to do one of these ladies right here. Like, I was just going back, like, I can imagine, like, her, like, this is a pretty face. I like this face. I wonder what that would look like if she was, like, moving and blinking and like, her smile expanding to see her teeth and everything. So I go back too far, and this is the section. This is the one I use for the girls watching the spaceships travel by. Just a still image, bro. Like I say, now that very subtle, very strong, or animate option is in there. And so it went from this Joan, like I say, to it panning around. You see in the back, in the other side of the girl's head, and her fucking ear gets highlighted with sun reflecting through. Man, that just looks, to me, it looks really good. That ear highlight though, that's really getting me, man. You can see like the sun like shining through that thin skin on the ear. I think that's really impressive. So in the next couple of weeks, we will be playing around with some more Midjourney. They got me hooked again now. I want to try some more shit. You know what I'm saying? You gave me the video creation for free. Oh, we in there. Yes, you can. And so there's that one option that just says, you know, animate. But then there's another option that's like animate with instructions. So you can, before it just goes into generating the video, you can give it another prompt on top of whatever prompt you use to build the image. Then you can say wide angle shot, zoom, or, you know, pan from right to left or left to right. And so, yeah, they said there is a way to control some of the camera motions and actions before you generate the video. So it's only been out for a couple of days, but you best believe, like, this evening I will be watching other tutorials on what people are doing with it and how they're making it easy for them. It is just, and then there's no extra fee for that. Like, if you have your membership, you have access to that new function now. So I like it. Like you say, you won't get they say it's about 8 times as much as an image. It uses about 8 times as many credits for one video as it does to make one image. So that's where they say, like, you can only do like maybe a dozen or so in a month. But if you have the next tier, if you go up one tier, I think that's like, I don't know if it's double, if it's $200 a month, but you get the next tier up, you get unlimited generations. So you can sit here all fucking day and make videos all day, unlimited. So I think Midjourney, they're onto something, man. Well, we got the braid started, and I think they're looking good so far. So yeah, all together we did maybe 4 hours in the studio today. That's not bad for a Saturday. I was up hella early, and so I did take a long ass nap. I went back to sleep for about 3 hours, and I edited a video, which is pretty fucking cool. I threw it on Instagram and TikTok. I might put it as a YouTube short. But so we did some artsy stuff today. I can't even complain. It's been a decent Saturday. Been a little decent Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, this Sunday, we get up early again, try it again. I don't know if I get bored. I might come back up in here later tonight. We'll see. But either way, I'm gonna take a break right now. Sure appreciate you hanging out with me, broski, and all the conversation back and forth, man. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. We're out of here.